Expensive heating bills and global warming are more connected than one would think. David Suzuki Foundation spokesperson Jerry Scott says the more energy used, the more expensive to the consumer, but most importantly, the greater damage to the environment.
There's a number of things that we can do with buildings and transportation to simply cut energy waste. And of course, for people looking at natural gas bills, changes to buildings and energy efficient changes within buildings, a very important topic right now.
The David Suzuki Foundation is in town tonight to discuss what is happening to the climate and how things can be improved. Scott says that they are here to raise public awareness and answer any global warming questions people may have.
Well, in many cases, there's great savings rather than a cost to an individual homeowner. For example, by reducing energy use, we're looking at net gains. Many buildings can cut energy use by 50%, which takes the monthly bill down substantially.
Scott says the climate crisis is happening now, and Canada is the country most affected by global warming. He says Canada is the farthest behind in energy management.
The Canadian Arctic is probably the most extreme example now, where the ice is 40% thinner. They're predicting, certainly within this century and perhaps sooner, ice-free passage year-round. We have polar bears losing approximately 20% of their body weight in some regions already because of the changing ice conditions. So Canadians are likely to be more impacted than many other countries simply because we are a northern country and the impacts of climate change are greater.
Scott states that eventually energy-efficient systems will have to be implemented. However, the sooner it begins, the less impact the changes will have on communities around the country.
What we're saying is let's move to energy efficiency, let's move to renewable energy now, use conservation as a long-term tool so that we don't have those kinds of shocks to the system. Right now we're having a shock to the system with natural gas prices. If we have conservation, you don't have that kind of same shock.
Global warming affects everything, from how many fish are in our water to how high our water levels are. Kamloops is always at the risk of flooding. If changes aren't made to our environment soon, the effects could be disastrous. Kirsten Henderson, TV7 News Center.